Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another podcast. And today we have a very special guest. He is a chief engineer, he being a superintendent, being a GM. And normally I used to introduce my guest, but today I want Sir to introduce himself. His name is Rengase Sundar Rajan. He is currently chief engineer. He is a principal in GKM Institute in Chennai. So kindly, can you, sir, introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah, I started after my graduation engineer, and I sailed mainly on super tankers, about 27 tankers, VLCC and ULCC, which is called ultra large crude carrier, because that was my ambition to go step by step in tanker wise. Then later I joined as a superintendent engineer. Then later in Singapore. Then and I have switched over to FPSO, which is FSO, FPSO. FPSO is called floating production, storage and offloading. I worked in Singapore for some time, converting the vessel, which is called Merlin Soul, which we took the ship to Brazil, Keppel. Then thereafter, I was a superintendent, maintenance superintendent, that is equivalent to chief engineer rank. After sailing, this is all after sailing, 27 years. Then I was in FPSO 2 3 years. Then I had my choice of keeping myself in attached to Singapore and Malaysia borders, wherein I have designed 3 ships, which is called Sri Kadria 1 FFPT, floating fuel processing terminal, a converted VLCC, then 2 FSOs and FSU floating storage unit, Sri Kadria 1 there also. These are my 3 ships which I have designed. I've done my advanced marine engineering from Australia. Thereafter, I was a senior technical manager. Then after superintendent, then I become senior technical manager, then senior technical manager promoted. Then after that, fleet technical manager in one of the company which is called, which is a conversion of FLNG into FSRU conversion again in Port Klang. There's a I think BNW, company, the BW company. Then I was a general manager there, technical. Then I came to research vessels. So that is Goa. I was research vessel superintendent, general manager for since now. And afterwards, after doing about 40+ years, combining onshore and offshore, I've chosen the profession to give it back to the society or to the industry. So I inclined towards the education side. Initially, I joined HIMT, then I met as HOD for marine engineers. Now I am the principal of GKM IMST, Institute of Marine Studies and Technology. It's going on like this. It's all give and take process. I'm settled down after 43 years, still continuing. Let's see how much more I can contribute to the industry. Yeah.
Sir, can
Yes.
you been great, sir? You have done so many things in your life. I think you are curious enough to explore various aspects of merchant navy. Like you went to other oil rigs also. You went to research vessels also. You being superintendent, technical superintendent, then general manager, and then FPSO, FSRO, and so many things you have done. So what are the opportunities for a engine cadet, for a fourth engineer, and a third engineer who have sailed and they don't want to sail anymore? So what are the career options they have in office and outside the office in shore jobs?
Yeah, I can put it in this way: how they have reached the third engineer or fourth engineer, right? There are few streams. They could have done some apprenticeship and join, did the class 4 class 4 marine engineer, and they could have joined the ship as fourth engineer or junior engineer. For them, that is a separate. There are some other candidates who has done the graduate mechanical engineer, and they have already completed the fourth for class 4, which is exempted for them, and they don't want to go to sea somewhere, and they want to settle down in some other way of maritime. That is also there. So it depends on what background they have reached to this level of class 4 or class 3. It may happen. It may happen because of family stress also. There are so many things because marine engineers, maritime people are paid high. That doesn't mean it is the brain. It is the main purpose is to handle the stress. Handle, because on board they might come across so many things like even the weather, even the languages, even the food. Uh, all these things are attributing to the uh, experience or the career of mariner, right? So that depends. Even if they wanted to discontinue, what are the scopes for there are plenty of things in that. We can go one by one for this factor of those who are done a very part of the marine as a mariner or an officer. We can go one by one, like 3 or 4 things: link between the MTIs, link between the candidate and the MTIs, link between the shipping companies and the candidate, link between the shore-based office, and between link between offshore technology, offshore oriented. So we can actually prompt them to channelize them in accordance with the basic experience they had, basic qualification they had. Suppose, yeah, there are so many things like that. Then we'll talk about how the education wise, how they can see how they can get into other courses, like other career within the marine. It is not only going into the sea and get experience. Yes, there are plenty of things which by which ex-mariner or the marine industrial person can get into. Yeah, there are so many things which cannot be concluded as like that, but a few examples are there. They can start their own. Number one, they can become an entrepreneur. See, in the ship, you got 600 plus of marine equipments are there, machineries are there. If you become a specialist in one, like a Frank Mohan, Framo pump, submersible pump, if you become experienced or take some 6 months of courses in that, you have to go throughout the world, today here, tomorrow Norway, like that. They have to travel, and they are paid excellent. So what I mean to say, if you are taking a car which has got upholstery, the car which has got steering issues, car which has got engine issues, car which has got electrical issues, car is so many, even within the car, there are 10, 15 specialists. Even those specialists are for the particular type of car, Toyota. If you talk a Toyota engine repairer, and if you ask a Maruti repairer, he says, it's a Toyota, go to a Toyota company. Is that right? So like that in branches, even the engine, there are about 15, 20, a MAN engine, Kirloskar engine, Gotavargan engine, right, BMW engines, like that. So the specialist is the one who is experienced on that particular machinery. And if you become a specialist, and you'll be traveling all around the world, you will be earning more than the seafarers. That's one option. Second option, they can go into some sort of basic teaching like MTIs they can do. Third option, they make their own repair shop. Something, if you're an engineer, a basic pump like that, you take one specialist pump, do the repair and get. Fourthly, you can go as a flying squad. You can go flying squad like a repair team. As I told you, you can go place to place, take a group of people who are experienced in that. So many things. Then the marine industry is so vast. It's not only confined to sailing; it is also offshore. Offshore jobs also there. So many are there. Like some training institute are there. who are offering welding and fitting jobs, and welders will get 6G DNV approved. I can recommend, because I have started it 10-15 years before such institute in Chennai. Right, we can say we give about 4 to 5 months or even 6 months training, and they can go to fitter anywhere in offshore or on board ship without DNE 6G. The welders have got 4G, 5G, 6G certificate. Those 6G certificates will be good enough for them to weld anywhere. So even boiler welder is a specialist welder for the piping and all. So any specific job, if they can get, or if they make a room for such specialist to become a specialist, they can make the career.
And so
Yes.
what are the opportunities they can have in the office? Can they join office after one sale or two sale, or become a fourth engineer or third engineer?
But, yeah, that is, chances are bleak. But of course, I know some surveyors, even the superintendent, who have done only second engineer or chief officer. They are working as superintendent of a vessel. Possibly they're depending on the private company. Normally 80% to 90%, they take class 1, master's class 1 or chief engineer class 1 on the offices, because it is not a joke. It is not a joke to run when you are on board. It is a chief engineer. Well, chief engineer would look after all the machinery. The master look after the whole ship. Here, when it comes to the land, when he becomes a superintendent, he is in charge of 4 to 5 ships. Then the technical superintendent, senior technical, will be manning some other more ships. Then terminal technical manager. Technical manager will comprise of so many senior superintendents. Then senior technical superintendent. Then fleet technical manager. Then general manager technical. To be frank with you, I have my lastly I have retired as a general manager technical, nearly about 6 posts above chief engineer. So gradually you can keep on going, but that all depends on the preset qualifications and everything. It depends on the private companies who they can hire. But normally, with the small rank of third engineer or fourth engineer or a second officer, they will take for the recruitment purposes. For the recruitment purposes, or going to the office, doing some other this thing, not that so intensive technical management. So yeah.
And sir, roughly
So
how
if,
can
even if you want to, yeah.
so roughly how much they can expect, like a fourth engineer or a third officer or second officer, if they're going to office for the like manning purpose in that job, how much monthly they can earn? Roughly, maybe it is very less in comparison to sailing, but roughly how much it can be?
No. That is very getting it in itself in an office where the competent are more, like so many chief engineers signed off already, maybe about 40-50 years, who are lined up joining the offices. They come in the 1/10 of the salary what they have earned on board ship. They hardly get, if there is a 2 engineers needed for assisting the superintendent in a shipping company, those shipping companies will prefer a marine engineer rather than the normal B passed out mechanical engineer. You understand the point? That is a great advantage. Whatever the pay scale for the offshore, for the shore-based engineer, that much only they'll get. But of course, little bit more, because shipping companies earn a lot, and they don't mind paying little 5-10,000 extra. That's all.
So we can conclude like maximum they can earn 50,000 to 1 lakh in between.
You can't say that. Depends on companies, like big companies, Synergy or Merckx or V-shapes like that. Depends on the company. If they want to, or if they could the sea service, there are so many other jobs which you can earn more than the shipping jobs, like third or fourth or second engineer or chief engineer. There are so many jobs or even entrepreneurship in marine that can fetch you more remuneration than working in an office.
And sir, if somebody as a second engineer, chief engineer, if they want to switch into the office, so what are the hierarchy of the ranks? Like, what is the first rank a chief engineer will get after going to the office as a superintendent? And after that, what is the maximum rank they can reach in the hierarchy?
Yeah, unlike if it is outside shipping, you got one chief engineer plus two or three, four engineers and all these things. In office, there will be one superintendent looking after 4 or 5 ships, and below him there will be a clerical like jobs only. He designs and reporting it to the senior engineer or the fleet technical manager or the GM technical manager. So they don't recruit ship by ship. No way. So even if the ship want to go dry dock, he himself has to go. That superintendent will be going. So there is nothing like replacing technically for the superintendent engineer in an office, right? In spite, he has to do not one ship, 4 or 5 ships assigned to him. So the quantum, the number of people working in the office as mariners are mostly top ranking people.
No, my mean to ask is, sir, after like a person who has sailed for so many years as chief engineer, he want to switch to the office. So first he will become superintendent, then technical superintendent, then what are the ranks he can achieve after that?
Yeah. Like what you have, fifth, fourth, third, second, and chief engineer on board. But that is not the constant formation with respect to the officers. They can become superintendent, and they will give you 2, 3 ships or 4 ships. Then if there are, okay, if there is a tanker fleet, if they are container fleet, if they got bulk fleet or ro-ro fleet or LNG fleet, LPG fleet, like that, they can include more fleets to him under him, so he can give some junior chief engineers. That's all. And he will not be given like cattle herd. That is not jobs like that. So very minimal ranks will be in the office because everybody will be monitoring. A close monitoring will be there. Everything will be in records, right? The jobs, it is not the rank or something. It depends on the company, the volume of the company, the
So
staff
if we take
office volume of.
example of a like big container ship company like Maersk or MSC, so what ranking they can have after superintendent?
Yeah. After superintendent, senior superintendent will be there. Under senior superintendent, there are 4, 5 superintendent engineer will be there. Under 4, 5 under each superintendent, there are 4, 5 ships will be there. Then fleet will be there. Each fleet. This is tanker fleet. This is container fleet. So they will separate in the group. Like, okay, this locality here, this floor completely tanker fleet. Down floor, it is completely container fleet. So they'll change it. They'll change the whole scenario. They will be having each group of superintendent, senior superintendent, like that. Then of all the thing, say, okay, this group completely, if there are like we ships synergy, they have 400, 500 ships. Then it will be segregated like a superintendent, senior superintendent, technical manager, senior technical manager, then fleet technical manager, then overall general manager technical. Even general manager taking the volume goes, it will be assigned to one department of tanker fleet. So it's all depends on the quantum and the amount of ships, the earning. It's all it is related to the earning, monthly earning, remuneration the company gets. The more they get, the more the ship, more the people required, because they will change it into, then they will enter into training center. Each shipping company will enter into, they will train their own cadets. They will have their own training center. Then they will have one hospital, like, right, their own healthy. It depends on how much they have improved, how much they are in the field, in the maritime industry. Accordingly, they will have more and more facilities under their own. Then there will be a separate training center, like Anglo-East. Anglo-Eastern, they recruit their own cadet, their own MTI. It is Anglo-Eastern Maritime Training Institute. Passed out, they give you a complete 100% placement in their own ship. Like, but we, as like some private HIMT, like you got Ahmed, they don't want a ship, but they train. For them, they call for some shipping companies, give them the cadets, and they do. But fleet shipping company, huge shipping company like Synergy, they are recruiting their own. They have one training center. So it all depends on the quantum of ships the company has. So they have divisions, every divisions. This is regarding the half carrier in marine, and they want to switch it over to the shore. In a smaller rank, the chances are very bleak, very less. If they become chief or master, they have some chances. But most, even like these masters or chief engineers also will be very much needed in MTIs, Maritime Training Institute, governed by Director General of Shipping Directorate. Okay.
And sir, if we talk about superintendent, so how much, what are the jobs of a superintendent? So what is the exact job a superintendent used to do, and how much hours of job he used to do, and what is the approximate money he is earning if we talk about a good shipping company? How much he can earn as a superintendent?
Yeah, any chief engineer who has worked for that company for 4-5 years, if he is interested, if they are interested, they can take him as a superintendent of that company. Once he goes to the office, he may be asked to look after, there are about 10 tankers are there. They'll be giving him 5 tankers. Okay, you are in charge of those 5 tankers, A to Z. All communications from the master will reach the superintendent. It is not the chief engineer alone, even the operation, cargo, merchandise, even commercial, chartering, everything will come to him. Then he will direct it. Okay, charter this thing vessel. It will go to the charter division, right? Technical divisions he will keep, right? Operation division will be there. Operation also he will keep. So he will be liaising like that 4 or 5 ships which are given under him. For today, is one of the ship will be in Japan, other ship will be in somewhere in South America. So he has to monitor those 5 ships all in all. But when it is coming to safety, for the whole of the shipping company, there will be one fellow which is called DP, designated person. For he can reach the owner directly. But as far as the technical manager and operation, superintendent is the first call for the ship, like ordering the spare part, making ready of the, suppose if they need certifications, there are 30-40 certifications for the ship to run, like IOPP, MARPOL, RAS, TCW, ISO, ISM, like that. There are 30-40 certificate that that ship should have, like so many DOC, document of compliance, ISM book, ISM code, practicals, like IOPP, all the things he will have to maintain. The surveyor he'll have to arrange the surveyor. If it has to go for one of the 3 surveys, annual, intermediate, or special survey, he will be attending the vessel in the dock. So he will be the direct number 1 contact in the dock, representing the owner of the company. So it is he who signs everything. That time, master or chief engineer will be under him directly, right? Though sailing and how the ship works and all day-to-day work, though master or chief engineer is in charge during sailing. But when it is coming to repairs and taking orders from the company, is through the superintendent only.
And sir, how much normally he used to earn?
Ah, good. It ranges from minimum 2 to 5, 6 lakhs, even 10 lakhs. Depends on experience. Minimum two will get. That will be itself 1/5 or 1/6 of the salary what he used to get on board sailing. Those people who want who has finished sailing, fed up with sailing, or come back want to be with a family. That's a good amount, like another GM level in the bank. So will get sure in a shipping up. Yeah.
And how many hours he used to work? Like I have heard, like
Yes.
as a superintendent, any time in the night time also,
Oh
if
my
the ship
God.
is
That
having
is,
something trouble.
yeah, you will lose your patience. Today morning 4:30, because there it will be in Japan, it will be 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning. Sir, good morning, sir. Where good morning? I'm already in the night. No problem. He will be calling. The ship is under trouble. The engine is not working. So this fellow will call. Somebody from Canada will call. So all
Here, I want to ask you about chartering. Have you ever thought about being a charterer? Because as per my knowledge, charter is the one who bring business into the company, and management company used to manage the things, and owner is the one who is having the ships. So, charterer, how to become a charterer? First thing, from a marine engineering background or from a non-marine engineering background from a 12th.
uh, yeah, Nitin, do you know which university you has come from? You come from Ahmed University, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you know the owner of that company, of that institute, who has started first time a private maritime college? He was doing ship chandling, and from there he has built up. He was a ship charterer, and slowly he has built up to this level. Chartering is really a commercial aspect and a very good scope. People sitting in what do you call Switzerland, by sitting itself, talking between the governments, and millions of dollars in a day, just by proposing availability of crude oil here and there, or commercial here and there. The chartering is a good business, provided it is like a stock market agent who has got a knowledge and everything. And if you can become the charterer, it's well and good. Like agents who are dealing for MTIs and even for the shipping crew agency. Similarly, this agency for the cargo, specifically for the cargo, because I don't want to run the ship, yeah, idle or empty. I don't want to keep it in a condition that is not giving me viable for the commercial. So there are lots of charterers who involves, and they know there are two types of shipping in that. That is in the chart in a vessel, this thing trading. One is called liner trading, another one is called tramp trading. In the liner trading, you know that is going to be a ship on so and so, day, starting from so and so day to so and so place, like Chennai to Bombay on 28th of August. So that it is a liner which is fixed routes, right? And another one, I have a bulk of about 50,000 metric tons of wheat, which I wanted to give it a arrange a special uh, ship and go. That is called tramp trading. So in the liner trading, it is very much essential for a charterer to chip in, so that the ship is going commercially viable, commercially benefited. Otherwise, you will be taking a part of cargo or something like that. So you can see even in a very big few omnibus stands and everything. Okay, I'm calling from Mumbai to Pune, Mumbai to Pune. Special buses are like that. That's a tramp train. So some fixed schedules are there, like train going at okay, so and so train, Jammu Tawi Express, this express. These are all standard, like a liner train. So it all depends, and to have proper cargo and particularly everything is filled up. It's chartering is essential, and the chartering is a very good option to choose a profession or a career in that.
Like, what is the exact difference between linear and tramp? Like, linear is going from one place to another and it is fixed, and tramp
It's
is
on fixed schedule.
on
On
fixed
fixed
schedule.
schedule.
Okay. And tramp?
Ah, in the time, no, it is in accordance to the availability of cargo. It can be anything. Tomorrow, you can start. But liner trading, you'll have a fixed schedule. Okay, that ship is going to come on August 15th. This is the ETA. This is the ETD. This is these are the port of calls. This they are calling like that. This sometimes they skip the ports. Blind they call blind trading. So that's all blind trade. It's all there. Like it's all commercial terms. Though I'm not involved much in the commercial, but that's a very lucrative way of making a career in
But
maritime
can
industry.
a
It's not only here, every industry should have some sort of agency so that they are familiar with to run uh, commercially viable.
and
Yes.
how to
Yes.
join a chart? How to join chartering from a marine engineering background? So what they can do to become a charterer?
Yeah. There are two very many ways by experience itself we can do on your own, want a chartering business here and there, just ships chandlers, provision providers, or if you have little bit knowledge on the shipping and its activity. One, two, when you are in the commercial people like courier service, you have offices, right? Like there are shipping officers are there. For them, they employ the students who are done logistics, shipping logistics, IT logistics. Those people, students, their 3 years course is there. Shipping and trading logistics. They will teach you what are the types of ships, how they are being loaded, where they are going, what is the liner trading, what is the tramp trading, what are the P&I, what are the insurances, how to take the insurances, how to make arrangements of the container vessels. There are different types of vessels like tankers, chemical tankers, gas tankers, and in the tanker wise, there are bulk carriers carrying all this thing. That's a different trading. You've got container in different trading. So all these things, hundreds and thousands of offices all over the world, which they will have link. Okay, so and so is coming. Put this cargo here, like that. Oh my God, it is something. And if you are very, very good enough, and if you have a very good contact, chartering will be very helpful. And experience, base experience like demurrage charges, customs duties, and all this thing. They should know warehousing, how they are keeping the cargo there, how they are. There are like the roll off vessels, how they are doing container vessels, how to procure those containers, how to trade with the containers, how what sort of shipping is that, how to get the maximum freight rates, best freight rates. All these things can be taught initially. An introduction studies with respect to logistics. 3 years course in every MTI. Even I have with me with in my college we have logistics, and those who have studied after 10th or 12th, they can enroll in the logistics 3 years marine maritime logistics, and they can go in these sort of chartering services, and they get employed in the beginning, learn the tricks, learn the trade, and they themselves can fix in. You should have a perfect language proficiency, and throughout the world contacts also. This is a very good option left for the mariners, even if they having done the marine, and it is totally entirely a different approaches, operation and chartering, operation of ships and all, that is different. They will have a bill of lading, BL, and all these things, like and chartering is totally it is an agency. Yeah.
And sir, yesterday we have talked about what are the options the engineers or chief engineers, second engineers we have after we done with the sailing or we don't want to sail anymore. But what are the options for the crew who are greasers, who are oilers, if or fitters or welders, if they don't want to sail? So what are the options they have other than sailing? Or what are the offshore jobs they have?
Yeah, specifically for the marine engineering side. That's why earlier we used to have two departments, crew members. They are deck department and engine department. Third department is a galley department. Anyway, those people who are from the galley, after coming down, they don't know how to cook and all. They join some hotel and all, or they make their own hotel or restaurant, start their own. Somehow they pull on. And as far as the deck fitters and machinery operated and fitters are concerned, they got a very good scope. Like if they do 6G welding, it is not only from the ship, they have a shipbuilding yard, they can join. They can join where the ships are being repaired or commissioned or ship are being built. They can join any sort of shipyards or even as I told you, there are 600 over equipments on board. They can get there are specialists in every machinery on board. There are specialists and there are companies providing those, and they can join that. And plenty as marine inside, you got they should have hydraulic, pneumatic, electrical, electronics, even chemical, all in all factor. There are allied jobs awaiting for those people. And if you promptly, and if you know that there is a boiler chemical injection is there, evaporator chemicals are there, cleaning chemicals are there, soot blower chemicals are there, like the scavenger chemicals are there, tank cleaning chemicals are there, IOPP chemicals are there, even a chemical company can hire, because those who are supplying to the ship and all everything like that, fitters can join. And if you do a specialized fitters course, that's called OPITO, OPITO, OPITO. There's a course in Pondicherry and everywhere here and there, specialized course for the fitters. And if they join, they can join offshore, all offshore luffer boats, offshore very highly paid, offshore tank formation, plenty like that, offshore building or oil platforms. They can go in those areas.
So like
Excellent job. They can
fitters,
go as a 4 on 4 off, 4 weeks, 4 on 4 off, 2 off. They earn very like more than 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs. Even these people, the technicians. So they are basically, they can be from engine side or the crew who has been working on board. They can choose like this job, or even they can have a 6G welder training. I can give you about 5 months or 6 months 6G welding training and fitters training, right? They can go straight away instead of crew or wiper or oiler. They can go as a fitter also. They can have about $2,000 straight. So those courses are also there for those people who want to go on board, or they can do the repair service locally and on land itself. There are so many things here. Once a ship comes, there will be a repair. A minimum of 10 to 15 repairs will be there. So each technician will be of highly helpful for those, because if you go to the port, there are some companies also there inside the port itself, like Sidambaram Ship Care in the Chennai port, and some other shipping company is there already. They are repair shops. They can join there also. Yeah.
but sir, like welder and fitter, they have hand-in experience. They can do welding, they can do fitting, and they can even pursue their careers offshore also. But those who are like ABs or motormen, they don't have too much like theoretical knowledge about any particular machinery. Plus, they don't have even too much about welding or fitting. So, what they are specialized in, so that they can get job outside.
Yes. In a port they can join. So suppose it's a AB who is in the port, they can go Dubai port or Jebel Ali port or Singapore port. They wanted to moor the vessel. For mooring, they get employed. In the docks, they get employed. The repair dockyard, they get employed. So there are chances. They have to do the right approach some way, because there are container terminals, there are oil terminals, there are bulk carrier terminals, there are ore terminal, RO terminal. Everywhere they need people for moor the vessel, unmoor the vessel, tie the vessel up, and do the arrangements of vendor arrangements. Like that, the jobs are plenty, provided you those people with those experience approach the right point of contact. It is not that by sitting at home, they have to go everywhere and ask for it. They'll get, because having experience on board is almost all the people industry will like it, because marine chief engineers can work on hotel also as a chief technical officer, because whatever in the hotel is also on board ship. You got refrigeration, you got cooking and everything, you got provisions handling, you got reefer rooms, all the things which are done in the big five-star hotel. The ship complements do the same thing. So chief engineers are employed, even AC, air conditioning, refrigeration. Say what you have in ship, you have in five-star hotels. So get employed. The chief engineers get employed there also. Otherwise, then you got a teaching also. In my college, I got 5, 6 people, the crew people who are chosen, AB and all, to teach how to throw the line, how to move the vessel, how to put the knot, how to lash the ship. How all these things are being taught under 6 months course of GP rating. And there are 6 instructors are there, they can go. So such kind of jobs also. Yeah.
And sir, I have heard like you completed your class one ticket very fast. You become chief engineer within 6 to 7 years, if I am not wrong. So how can somebody become chief engineer or master faster in comparison to normal 10 to 12 years, which is average in India?
Uh, yeah, very good question. Because